Hello gamers and gamerettes. It's time for another excellent beer review. Today we're going to be reviewing a classic, the Pirate Life IPA. Now a little bit of background information here for the Pirate Life IPA. This one here was actually one of the very first craft beers that I tasted and liked. Now I, much like many people, went through a basic period of my life where I would only drink lagers, I would only drink very light beers. Then one day, actually on the first birthday event of the Pirate Life, I went to this event because my friends wanted to go and I wasn't a big fan of their beer at the time. And you know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So they were giving out free beers, so I had a free beer and quite liked it. Well, actually I didn't like it that much, but it was free, so I drank it. And being at the event, I was like, well, you know, might as well drink Pirate Life beer while I'm here. So I drank a few of the pales. The pales were okay, but I thought I'd move up to the IPA because the IPA was what my friends were drinking. Drank a lot of the IPAs, got rather intoxicated, and ended up falling in love with them. Pirate Life was for years my favorite brewery. Still has a very special place in my heart. I still tend to try a lot of their beers if I find them on tap. They are not necessarily my favorite brewery anymore. You know, I kind of prefer more exotic sort of things, but they do bring out some real good quality beers every now and then. They're very solid, generally speaking. They don't tend to stray too far from the course. They generally stick to more standard beers, occasionally experimenting with more unusual things. But when they do release a beer, it is usually pretty solid. Pirate Life IPA is a very good example of an IPA. It's quite standard. It is quite expensive, I will say. It's expensive enough that I generally don't buy it. There are cheaper IPAs out there that are equivalent in quality, but needless to say, this still holds a very special place in my heart. The colours, in fact, are the signature colours of my very close friend group. It is, yeah, it's quite a nice beer. So, but I haven't had it in actually probably close to 1 or 2 years. So I've almost forgotten the flavour. So we're going to be reminiscing today. I'll quickly go over the stats. Of course, it's a powerful 1.9 standard drinks at a stunning 6.8% alcohol per volume. Good for Australian blood. We like it nice and strong. It's brewed right here in Adelaide, where I am. Actually in Port Adelaide, where I used to work for a few years. I've been to their brewery a couple times. My favourite pub is actually I believe the first pub that they had Pirate Life on tap. That's where they had the first birthday event, in fact. I had Pirate Life probably about, I would say 3 or 4 months after it was first released. It was quite new and I was not above the age of 18. So this one has, let's see. They do list the malt, so it's got ale malt, MUNICH malt, crystal malt. It's pretty standard. It's got SIMCOE, CENTENNIAL, and RIWAKA, which is pretty standard for an IPA. No mosaic, which you see in a lot of IPAs these days, but it does lead to quite a nice flavour. Let's crack it open. Can design, I love the can design. It's simple, beautiful colours. As I said, this beer has a very, very good place in my heart. So let's give it a pour. Alrighty, let's try not to fuck the head. That's pretty good. So first off, it's got a nice colour, very clear. You know, pretty standard. It's definitely not hazy. It's obviously an IPA. Smell, you can smell the malt. Like, you know, it's got a malty smell. It's not all hops, but you can definitely smell the hops as well. So it's quite good. Let's just dig within without any further ado and give it a sip. I'm not sure if it's my memory deceiving me, but it's actually a bit more malty in flavour than I remember. So So looks like the recording stopped, so I'm going to summarize the final points there that I made at the end of the original recording. I was talking about how it is a bit more, as you can see I've drunk in a bit, it is a bit more malty than I remember. And I was saying basically I think that might be because these days I drink a lot of hazies, and hazies are very, very, very hop forward. They dry hop the hell out of them, which is good, but it covers up a lot of the flavor of the malt. So I think drinking a more clean, sort of crisp beer that is a more balanced, more even balance of hops and malt, you really can taste the malt. It's got that sort of sweet, almost sweet malty sort of background to the hop bitterness. It is a very good, solid beer. I'm trying to think of the other points I summarized. I talked about how the orange and blue is actually the signifying colors of one of my closest friend groups. Probably be the colors that would represent UpTheBeers as well, because it just holds a very close part of my my friend group. Yeah, I believe. I'm trying to think about what I was saying. Oh yeah. This also is actually, I believe, the beer that originated the gene scale. There's hidden information in the vaulted archive there that talks about the gene scale, and I think this beer is one of the key factors of that. Of course, that is a story for another time. But as far as gene rating, it would probably have to be one of the highest scores you can get. I'd probably say a good 1 gene. Obviously it gets 2 thumbs up and a from me. Yeah, I'd recommend giving it a go. Go out, do you want to try if you haven't had it. Give other Pirate Life beers a go. They've definitely stepped it up since this. While, as I said, this is a very nice clean beer, but some of the other beers are just far better. I would recommend giving, if you can get hands on, I think it's a limited release at the moment, probably won't exist anymore by the time this video comes out. Their coffee porter, very strong coffee taste. That's a good quality beer. Pirate Life bring out good quality beers on the regular. As I said earlier, they're not particularly adventurous most of the time, but when they bring out a beer, it's usually good. So yeah, go out, give it a go. Don't make it a regular because it's too expensive. A carton of this will set you back $72, and that only comes with 16 cans. I only got it because it was on special. But yeah, that's been another quality beer review from your mate Ben. Until next time, don't forget to go fuck yourself.